Hey campers, so excited to see you and excited to be here with you again this year. I'm Caitlin. I've been volunteering for Camp Sanguinity for quite a few years now, and we miss you guys like crazy, but I hope that some of these activities will keep you guys busy and feeling a little bit more connected this summer. So today we're gonna do bath bombs, and you've got a couple things in your camper box. So you should have a star mold and some citric acid and some food coloring, and then you just need regular old baking soda, and then like a bowl and water and easy stuff. So I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup, you probably can't see that, 1/4 cup of baking soda. And this recipe is super forgiving. You don't have to have it perfect. Eyeballing it will work. And then we need 2 tablespoons, that's the big one, of citric acid. Don't breathe it in, y'all. It's a very fine powder, so be careful. Then go ahead and stir those 2 things together before you do anything else, okay? Then I just have some water here. This is way too much. You don't need very much water at all. But, whew, that was a close one. You're gonna add your food coloring to your water. Don't put it in your bowl. Put it straight in your water. If you want, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say, if you want to do 2 different colors with this one recipe, you could just basically like dump half of your bowl into another bowl, mix some water in, then change your water for a different color and use it with the other one, so then you have 2. But it's totally up to you. This recipe, or you can just make 2 batches if you want. So I'm only gonna use 1 teaspoon of colored water now. That's the smaller one, right? Teaspoon. And as soon as you pour it in there, it's gonna start fizzing, y'all. Here, let me show you, okay? That's fine, that's normal. And you're just gonna start mixing it together. And really, you're not even mixing, you're gonna like kind of push it in there. Because if you add I'll show you in a minute what happens if you add too much water. Because this is my 3rd batch, I think, of these. The first 2 went really well. The 3rd one, way too much water. And I bet they'll turn out. They're just not gonna be very pretty. So you wanna just keep working this. If you want, you could probably go in with your hands, because you want this to be like barely damp at all. I don't know if you could see that, or if you can hear the fizzing as soon as any liquid touches it. So, all right, let me show y'all what this looks like now, okay? All right, so I put my mold in like a cookie sheet, so just to prevent any spillage or mess from coming over. And I'm just sprinkling this all over my mold. And then I'm just gonna start patting it and pushing it down into the little stars. Now, like I said, I will show you in a minute what happens if you add too much water, and I promise they will still turn out, but they can look a little funky. Also, there's some extra things that you can add to this recipe. This is a super basic recipe, just to like snazz it up a little bit. I did one recipe with like a teaspoon of coconut oil, or you could even use olive oil, which that's fun because it's kind of nourishing for your skin in the bath. Careful though, it can make the bathtub slippery. I also, in one, added a couple drops of an essential oil. I added some lavender in one. You could use lemon or peppermint. Peppermint can also goes a long way. So if you're doing peppermint, literally just a couple drops, okay? Now, if you get it nice and dry and really work it like this, the cool part is it will dry super flat. So I haven't tried it yet, but you should be able to, once they're dry, I'll show you what I mean, be able to stick two together so you have like a 3D star. You could also, of course, like do different shapes. You could do ball and just mold into a ball and then wrap it up really tight and like saran wrap. You could put little toys inside, make really great, cute little gifts. Just like get creative, you know? So here we go. I've worked this in, got a little extra. So like I said, super forgiving recipe. And then you'll just leave it for like a day. It's been raining a lot, so it shouldn't take much longer than that, but the humidity in the air will make a difference at how quickly these dry and also how much water you should add. So always start with maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon before you decide to add more. So let me show you, where'd they go? Here. So here was one of my first ones. Popped out. This is nothing extra. This is just colored water, the exact recipe I gave y'all. This one was the one where I added like a teaspoon of coconut oil. So because the coconut oil has moisture in it, it made it really puffy. Here's the one, they're not dry yet. I made them just a little while ago and I added too much water. Now, I'll show you. They just keep expanding. The water just keeps making the citric acid and the baking soda bubble. And so this will dry, but I don't know how many air bubbles are gonna be in the molds, right? But I'll show you that even these tiny little things, like this, remember this is just colored water. They work. I mean, they work really well. There it is. So I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys have fun with this. I hope you make it your own. Just have fun being creative and trying something new, enjoying some special me time in the bath where you can relax and read and do your own thing. And of course, don't forget, they make wonderful gifts. So I hope you guys had a good time. Like I said, we miss you a ton. Have a great summer and hopefully we'll see you next year. Bye.